Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Big Lair here on crypto coaching and training. Used to be Jack's Private Coffee Corner, not anymore. How you guys doing? Today is June 23rd, 2020. It's a Tuesday here in Japan where I am. We got some pretty nice weather looking out my window. It's nice and sunny. It's going to be hot today, probably up to 90 or lower 90s. And the humidity is pretty high too. That's also around anywhere from 88 to 93%, I believe, today. So it's going to be a hot and humid day here. What's the weather like where you guys are? Hopefully it's good. Okay, going to talk about some cryptos today. I haven't done a video in a long time. Why? There's really not much to talk about. You know, people come out and they're making videos talking about this and that. It's boring, you know. I like to get information that's actionable, which means you can take the information and do something with it, right? Normally, if I do a video for you guys, and I always say this is not financial advice, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. That has to be said. But if I say to you guys, I'm looking at this crypto, when it gets to this price, I'm going to do this, or it needs to get to this price. That means I'm watching for that price. Once it gets to that price, I'm going to sell or buy or do whatever I said I would do. And over the last, over a year now, I've been making some fantastic gains. There are other people making fantastic gains, but there are a lot of people who don't get any gains. They're just hodling, or they sell when prices are low, then they FOMO, right? They're worried they're not going to get back in. The price rises up and they buy back. So they sold it low and they bought it back high. Doesn't make any sense. I see a lot of that going on. If people would just, approach this from a common sense standpoint or point of view, and just follow some of the things that I talk about in my videos. I've got more information on my Patreon channel, but not everybody sees that. I realize that. But if you just took the information I gave, you would do okay. You would do better than okay, right? So anyway, I just haven't made a video because there's really nothing to talk about as far as I'm concerned. I'm off doing my own little thing, continuing to grow my cryptos. Now, I don't put any more fiat currency into my whole stash, so to speak. I'm just doing trading, and through trading, I'm able to increase the amount of cryptos I have. It's pretty simple, actually. It's pretty simple. Okay, so today, what am I going to talk about? Well, there's a few news stories I want to talk about that are quite important, and maybe someone else has already covered these things, I don't know. And I'm going to look at the charts on a few cryptos and just tell you what I think, where things are going to go, okay? So first, let's talk about Digi Byte. Yeah, Digi Byte. You probably know the news that Digi Byte got listed on Binance on June 22nd. So for me, that was just yesterday, June 22nd. I forget what time it was. I believe, right where I am, it's 11 in the morning, 11:07, June 23rd. So this is probably already a done deal, I think, for everybody. I'm not quite sure. But Binance listed Digi Byte with a 0 Binance coin fee. And I got this story here. Let's see, I'm pulling this information from bitcoinexchangeguide.com. And when did their story come out here? Can I get a date on this? Okay, this is by Ann T, the person who wrote this, June 22nd. Doesn't give me a time when it came out. It just says Binance lists Digi Byte with a 0 BNB fee. It's a big win for the future of true decentralization. Okay, so Binance is gonna offer Digi Byte with 3 different trading pairs: Bitcoin, BNB, and the BUSD coin, right? Okay, they're gonna start at 2 p.m. on June 22nd, and this would be the UTC time, right? And let's see, now it's really funny because remember when Jared Tate was still at the helm at Digi Byte, him and this guy CZ, everyone knows the Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, they call him CZ, right? And CZ said, there was a feud. And Jared Tate said, wow, Binance, they want $300,000. They want 3% of all the Digi Byte. No way. This is, highway robbery. What's going on? This goes against everything we believe. Well, he stepped down last month. Jared Tate did. And suddenly this month, boom, bada bing, bada boom, we got Digi Byte on Binance. And I'm quoting here, I don't know if this is a quote from CZ's Twitter account or not, but it says, quote, "You asked for it, we listened. Had to filter through some noise on this one, LOL. It would have happened sooner otherwise." Maybe he's talking about this kind of feud that he and Jared Tate had over things. Yeah, even talking about cryptos, this is, people who are doing these exchanges are not doing it for free. If you have a plumber come to your house, you don't say, "Hey, could you fix my plumbing for free?" They're not going to do it. Same thing with, a cryptocurrency exchange. People who run these things have expenses. They have, people on the payroll. Money needs to come in, right? You need to make a profit to keep this thing going. Now, I don't know all of the intricacies that are involved in having an exchange like Binance, but I would guess it's there's a lot of moving parts. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of things that you and I, as a normal, consumer or user of the service, does not know about. I'll just leave it at that. So anyway, the great news is that Digi Byte is on the Binance exchange, and if I look at my chart here on TradingView, I can see, wow, yesterday the low price. Now, yesterday for me was the 22nd of June. The low price, I'm looking at the Bittrex, the Bittrex price, Digi Byte to Tether. What do we got here? The low price was 17 cents. The high price was 24 cents. Wow, that's a really big spread. That's a sorry. Did I say 17 cents and 24 cents? Man, I do that all the time. Okay, the low was 1.7 cents. The high was 2.4 cents, right? So it was a 0.7 cent difference there. That's a huge spread for Digi Byte. If anyone's been watching Digi Byte, that is a huge spread. Now, there are days we've had similar things happen recently with Digi Byte. I'm not going to say it never happens, because if we go back to May 24th, for example, we had something very similar in price, very similar spread. And let's see, May 22nd, not as big. Okay, May 24th was a similar spread, but that was a day when there were more sellers than buyers. Yesterday, there was more buyers than sellers. Maybe this is the event we need that's going to pump Digi Byte up over 3 cents. That could very possibly be. I think it needs to go over 3 cents. Let me just look at my chart. What do I have here? Yeah, I could see this thing going to 3 cents. Now, I have to preface all this by saying that I think there's going to be a crash in the crypto market. There was a big crash, March 12th, March 13th, depending on where you were in the world. Big crash in cryptos. That was awesome for those of us who were prepared. Some of us were able to, sell our coins before that crash and then buy things back at huge discounts. And the same thing is going to happen with the crash that I'm expecting. If you set yourself up properly, you're in a position possibly to get back, 2 to 3 times the amount of coins that you sold, right? That's just how this works out. If you're prepared, you know what's coming down the pike, and if you're not, well, then you should just hodl, right? But I do think there is a crash coming. It could be any day now. It's the 23rd. It could happen, up until the 26th, maybe even later. Even the stock market, although some people think it's looking great, doesn't look that great. Now, I don't do anything with stocks. There are a few stocks I follow, only because I've got this TradingView app on my device here, and it came preloaded with a few stocks, Tesla and Apple, and I've been able to predict the movements of Tesla, and it went very well. I told some people that I knew way back in, let's see, May 21st, Tesla was at 832. I said to them, there's a good chance this thing is going to go up to $900. That's what I told my friends who had Tesla, and they're like, no way, it's going to go down. I said, nope, 900. Well, it hit $899, so that's not too bad of a guess there. And then it went up on the 8th of June and hit 950, and I said, oh man, this thing's going to go to $1,000. Well, then on June 10th, it went to $1,027. Now, I'm thinking this thing may continue to go up, but I'm also expecting a crash. So, just as with cryptos, Will the crash come first, or are things going to pump up before the crash? I'm not sure, because while I have a good idea what's going on, I don't have a crystal ball yet. Okay, so there we go with Digi Byte. That's fantastic news. Digi Byte's a favorite coin of mine. If you've ever used Digi Byte, when I say use, I mean, if you sent it back and forth, either to spend it or to, you bought and sold the thing, whatever. If you've ever moved Digi Byte from one wallet to another, you know this is lightning fast stuff. Digi Byte, oh my God, this is like having the Tesla and putting it on crazy mode or whatever, and you hit the accelerator, you just jam that accelerator and you take off like a rocket. This thing is so fast. As fast as you can hit the send button, you will get a notification on the recipient's device saying it's already there. I've done this myself. Boom, I hit send, bing, I tapped it, bing, it's already there. Oh my God, and the fees are so low. Sending Digi Byte, it might as well be free. The fees are so minuscule, so minuscule. Doing anything with Digi Byte, you quickly realize, why are you using other cryptos? Some cryptos, Bitcoin can be slow. Litecoin can be slow sometimes. Ethereum can be slow, in my experience. Digi Byte, bam, it's there. It's there. It's a favorite coin of mine. And I look back to when I was able to get some for 7/10 of 1 penny. I remember buying Digi Byte for 7/10 of 1 penny. At that time, really nobody wanted it. They thought, oh, this thing is down. It's going to go down even further. It's a great buy. It was a great buy. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to the next story here. Okay, this next one here, I'm not quite sure is this true or not, but I'm going to talk about it. This is from zycrypto.com. Eric Maxwell is the dude who wrote this article. It's from yesterday, June 22nd. The headline, you could soon be able to buy and sell Bitcoin via PayPal and Venmo, claims new report. Okay, what's going on here? Well, so this Eric Maxwell here, he says, according to a report by CoinDesk, online payment giants PayPal and Venmo are looking to make the leap into cryptocurrency. And let's see. There's a quote here. I don't know who this quote is from. It may be from CoinDesk. Industry sources. Don't you love that? They don't give you a name. They just say industry sources. That could be my neighbor over here in Japan. I just had him read something out loud, and now I'm calling him an industry source. Anyway, let's just roll with it. Quote, my understanding is that they are going to allow buys and sells of crypto directly from PayPal and Venmo. They are going to have some sort of built-in wallet functionality so you can store it there, unquote. Now, I got to be honest. PayPal was okay years ago. I don't like it now. I think the fees are too high. The fees are much too high. I cannot wait for crypto to come in because I will never have to use PayPal again. I got to be honest, okay? If you're in a foreign country and someone sends you money through PayPal, you cannot, let's say someone sends me dollars. When it gets to my account, PayPal gives me no choice. They immediately convert it to yen, giving me a shitty rate, which I absolutely hate. They always give me a shitty rate. And then I'm stuck with it. They've already converted it at a shitty rate. They've taken their fee out of it. They say, oh, there's no fees. This transaction was free. No, it wasn't. You took 4 points off me for this. Jesus, not even the banks do that. Anyway, this is good for adoption of Bitcoin, right? And other cryptocurrencies if they add them. But I got to say, I'm not a fan of PayPal. Okay, I've used them for years. They've helped me buy things, somewhat safely and securely on the internet. However, I got to be honest, and I think the fees are too high. The fees are too high. And that's one of the reasons that cryptos will really take off in the future, because we won't have to pay these high fees. However, it's good. It's good, right? Let's see. So that's the story. We don't know really if this is true or not. We've got the chief technology officer of PayPal. What's this guy's name? Shivananda. He said the company wanted its own, quote, perspective and view on blockchain technology itself to see how it can help us contribute to the concept of creating an open digital payments platform that can serve everyone. See, they know. I mean, if I use PayPal and I know right away, like, holy crap, you guys are charging too much for your fees, cryptocurrencies come along. I just told you, Digi Byte, the darn thing, you could send, you could send how many millions of dollars worth of Digi Byte over the network, and it's almost free to send it. Literally almost free. Why would you mess with anyone? Why would you mess with PayPal or these other payment providers? You wouldn't. So these guys know the handwriting's on the wall. It's just the fact that the average person either has no choice but to use PayPal, or they're a knucklehead and they haven't done the research. They haven't kept up on what's out there, and so they're still using this archaic payment system. Well, number one, there's not really anything better yet, but once cryptocurrencies are adopted by a certain percent of the population, PayPal will have to change, or it's done. It's absolutely done, in my opinion, unless you still have these knucklehead people who just don't know what's going on. Okay? All right, let's see. I have one more thing I want to talk about before I get into crypto prices here. Okay, now this comes from Cointelegraph.com. You guys probably know that website. Lots of stuff on cryptocurrencies. Turner Wright, he's the author, and boom, this is just from 1 hour ago, this article. Here's the title. Liberty X allows Bitcoin purchases in cash at 7-Eleven, CVS, and Rite Aid. Okay, so you got these retailers, CVS Pharmacy, Rite Aid, and 7-Eleven. You know 7-Eleven, it's a convenience store, right? We have them here in Japan. I wonder if we can do this in Japan. I'll have to check this out. It says they now allow Liberty X mobile app users to purchase up to $500 in Bitcoin with cash. Now, this is something I talked about months ago, because this Liberty X firm, they launched one of the early Bitcoin ATMs, right? So now what they've done is they've basically added 20,000 retail locations across the United States where you can buy Bitcoin with cash. That's pretty awesome, right? That's pretty awesome. Now you do have to have this Liberty X mobile app installed on your phone, and then you've got to, go through and select the retailer location that you're going to visit in advance. You've got to scan their barcodes at the time of purchase, but you can purchase between $20 worth and up to $500 worth of Bitcoin. Now it says that they process these transactions in minutes for a small fee. What is the fee? That's what I really want to know. What is the fee? What is the fee? Because that's the important thing. Are you going to get a good price on it or not a good price? Now, let's see. Let's see, there's a Reddit user. What's his name? Not Your Coins. Okay, thank you, Reddit user, Not Your Coins. So he said he purchased $104.95 worth of Bitcoin from a 7-Eleven. Now, he purchased $100 of Bitcoin, and they charged him a $4.95 retailer fee. So he got $99.58 worth of Bitcoin. So he paid $104.95, and he got $99.58. Wow, that's like over a $5 fee, right? I mean, they're saying it's a $4.95 retailer fee, but that $100.05, he actually lost. Oh, let's see, that'd be 40, 42, 47. Okay, it was 47 cents. He lost 47 cents to the exchange, which isn't bad. But this, $4.95 retailer fee, holy crap, on $100, that's basically they're taking 5 cents off the top on you. Okay, so let's see, this guy, another user, Reddit user, Oracle of Knowledge, he did the math in the transaction. This is what he wrote. He wrote, 0.010402336 Bitcoin for $100. So $9,613.20 per Bitcoin was the price you paid, June 22nd, blah, blah, blah. And he said, so the comparing the price on Coinbase Pro at the time was between $9,551, $9,570. So he's saying, so that's not even that bad of a spread. You only paid like 0.5% above spot exchange price spot exchange price plus the flat $5 ATM fee. Surprisingly not bad. Okay, so this person looked at it a little differently than I did, looking at the price of it. So I don't know. So he's saying 0.5%, but it looks to me like 5%, right? Okay, so he's looking at the spread. Oh, I see the spread on the price of Bitcoin there. So, okay, that 47 cents would basically be the 0.5%, 0.5% points, I guess, if you're looking at this from like a gambling point of view, or, you know, some economists will use that term. And then you got the flat fee of $5. So I'm wondering, what if we bought $500 worth of Bitcoin? Would it still be the flat $4.95 retailer fee? That's what I'd really like to know. But in the end, doesn't matter. This is going to be good for adoption because, you know, you're going to have a lot of people, they won't be able to get their hands on cryptos. So, you know, if you can get to 7-Eleven, you know, the CVS Pharmacy or Rite Aid, now you can buy cryptos. That's pretty awesome. Now, of course, like I said, you need this Liberty X mobile app. You know, you've got to get it set up before you go to the place, pick the retailer. Once you get there, you know, you scan the code and then you pay the money. But this is, you know, for a lot of people, it's way easier than you going online, getting on an exchange, going through the, you know, the, what do they call it? Anti-money laundering stuff, you know, all the KYC stuff. Well, I don't know the Liberty X mobile app, you know, maybe that has all that on there anyway. But for a lot of people, I would guess this will make it easier for them to access crypto, so that's a good thing. All right. Okay, let's move on to some crypto prices. All right, here, let's start off with a nice beach scene and a bikini. You know, I was going to show a girl in a bikini, but I thought, man, I'm probably going to get some negative comments about someone saying, what's this dude showing women in bikinis for? Well, because I'm a guy, that's why I would show women in bikinis. So we'll just stick with this image right here. Okay, let's get into this. Now, Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin doing? You know, Bitcoin is stuck at around 9,600. What is the current price? 9,640. I'm thinking Bitcoin's got to go up over 10,450. That's once it hits over 10,450, I will be interested in it. As I said, this isn't financial advice or trading advice. I'm just doing this because I'm a nice guy, and educational and entertainment purposes are a good way to do this. So this is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. Although I follow my own advice, I'm not giving you guys any advice. But if you're looking at Bitcoin, I wouldn't do anything until it hits 10,450. Now, I told you guys just a few minutes ago, I think there's going to be a crash. There's going to be a crash. When? It could be in the next couple of days. I'm not sure. Or are these coins going to pump up? Because there's a number of coins that I think need to pump up in price, but they haven't done it yet. Some of them have done it. I look at about 20 coins every day in my basket. About 4 of them have gone where I think they should go, and they've done what I think they would do. The rest of them haven't, which leads me to believe, there's enough momentum here, there's enough energy here in the alt market to move this thing up, to move everything up to where it should go, including Bitcoin. Hasn't happened yet. But the crash, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the crash. I can feel it. So what's going to happen first? The crash and then the pump, or the pump and then the crash? I have no idea. Like I said, I don't have a crystal ball yet. Let's see. You know, one of my favorite coins, you know, my 3 amigos, we got Neo, Tezos, and OMG, my original 3 amigos. I don't know what's going on with Tezos. You know, this bad boy needs to get up over $3.08. Right now it's at about, what is it, $2.64. Tezos, what are you doing, man? Although I'm not complaining about Tezos. Tezos has been very, very good to me, right? Tezos has been very, very good to me. Just like baseball was good to Chico years ago. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit? Baseball has been very, very good to Chico. That's how I feel about Tezos, man. Tezos has been so good to me trading this coin over the last year. Just awesome. I have no complaints. If Tezos does not reach $3.08, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Okay, we just talked about Digi Byte. That thing's looking pretty fantastic. I think it could go to 3 cents. Will it happen before the pump or after? I don't know, but Digi Byte's looking good. What else here? You know, Theta's one I get asked about a lot. I think Theta's it has to go back up over close to 50 cents. It has to. It has to. It just has to. Just trust me on this. It has to. Where is it now? Well, right now it's sitting at about, what, 24 cents? This thing's got to go at least double of what it is. Is it going to happen in the next few days? I don't know. Is it going to, you know, dump first? I don't know. But I'm just waiting. I will not do anything with Theta until it gets up over close. It's got to be at least 48 cents, you know, double from now. And 50 cents is what I'm looking at. You know, we had that nice pump, a really, really nice pump on May 27th. It went all the way to 58.9 cents. So we could really see this thing rocket up here in the future, I think. Okay, let's see. Well, let's look at OMG. OMG, what's going on with OMG? This bad boy needs to get up over $2.23. Right now it's at $1.64. $1.64. What can you do? I'm waiting. I'm not doing anything because I know OMG, it's always good to me. This thing's going to go up over $2.23. When? I'm not sure. I've been waiting now since May 22nd. This baby has got to go over that. Until it does, I'm not doing a thing. Okay, let's see. What's my other one here? Where is it? Did I talk about Neo yet? No. Neo's in the same situation. Same situation as OMG. This thing has got to go up. It has to. You know, where is it sitting right now? It looks like it's sitting at $10.73. Pretty pathetic. But it is what it is. This thing's got to go over $12.72. At least $12.72. Once it does that, bam, I will be watching it like a stalker. I will be watching this thing so closely. But it's got to get up over $12.72. Okay, now a lot of people have asked me, I mean, I could talk about all these coins, but I'm not going to. Zaliqua. I've had so many people ask me about Zaliqua. I don't have Zaliqua, just that I've gotten so much, there's been so much chatter about it with people around me. So I'm looking at this thing. This thing is a frickin' monster. Zaliqua is a monster. Holy crap. You know, we had a high price on June 11th. This thing was 2.3 cents. 2.3 cents. This thing's going to go over 3 cents, I think. I really think that. Over 3 cents. This thing has to go over 3 cents. Now, I don't have it. But I think it's got to go over 3 cents. So if someone, you know, now is maybe not a bad time to buy it. What is it? Current price, 1.9 cents. Well, if it goes to 3, you'd make out pretty good. But this thing is going to be a good coin, I feel. And let's see, someone asked me about VeChain. I don't know much about VeChain. I had a nice run up. June 11th, this thing was at a penny. It hit a penny. And since then, it's gone down. I'm not sure what to think about VeChain, folks. I think it may be done for the moment. And we'll have to wait for the crash and then start looking at it from there again. I have no idea. Let's see. That's pretty much all I want to look at here today. There's lots of coins. You know, if you're interested in hearing about all 20 of those coins that I look at every day, you know, hop over to my Patreon page. I do a lot of stuff there. In fact, this week I'm going to be having a live stream with my patrons. We talk about just all kinds of stuff, you know, crypto prices. What did we do the last time? Let's see. We talked about how to calculate profits, which may sound like a very simple thing, but most people in my experience do not know how to calculate profits on a coin. Let's say you bought a coin, you know, we'll look at Neo. You bought Neo for $9.37. You sold it when it was $14.08. What was your profit on that? That's really easy to calculate, but a lot of people just don't know the math, don't know the formula. So I go over all kinds of things, you know, wallets, exchanges, securities. Securities the big one. You really need to be so sharp and tight with your security. Most people aren't. And just knowing what to do. You know, knowing what to do. I have a really funny story. Now, this is funny for me, but it's not funny for the guy that this happened to. I'm here in Japan, and I do a lot of presentations, or I used to do a lot of presentations. Now with the coronavirus, I'm not doing too many presentations, but I used to go out and give presentations about various topics. So I told this company that I work for, hey, I can also give presentations on cryptocurrencies. So they lined me up with this guy at this company and this guy, and so he wanted to know if I could give a presentation on a certain group of topics related to cryptocurrencies. I said, yeah, I could. Easily. So I went and talked to him, and he told me what he wanted to know. Could I do this for him and some of his executives? And they said, yeah, I can do that. He said, how much you want? I said, I want $1,000. He said, $1,000 is only going to take you like 3-4 hours. And I said, yeah, that's right. And he thought it was too much. And I said, well, over the last several years, I've made a lot of mistakes. And because I've made a lot of mistakes, like, I know what to do. And I have a really, really good security protocol. I don't know anybody who has the same security protocol as I do. So I'm very confident that $1,000 for 4 hours of my time is actually a really good deal. And no, it's too expensive, don't want to do it. Okay, fine. So I'm thinking I'll never hear from the guy again, right? Like 3 weeks later, I get a call from the guy's assistant, not from the guy, from his assistant. The assistant says, could you come to the company and talk again with so-and-so? He wants to ask you some questions. And I said, well, the last time I was there, I did that for free, like a free consultation. But if you want me to come to your company now and give any kind of advice, it's $100 per hour. And you'd have to pay my train fee too, which in Japan, most companies will pay your transportation fee. That's not even a question. So the girl says, well, I got to check, calls me back, and she says, okay, the guy would like 2 hours of your time, and of course we'll pay whatever the train fee is, your travel fee, Okay. So I go there. And the guy's there with like his IT guy and maybe the accountant or someone in finance. And the guy's asking me about, how do you, what was it exactly? Oh, if you send a crypto and it doesn't get to the other person's wallet, how do you get it back to your wallet? So I said, okay, so let me see what you got going here. Okay. So I go through everything. I see all their stuff. And this guy had sent, so number one, he made a huge mistake. Didn't do a test send. Whenever you're sending cryptocurrencies, you don't just send the whole amount. You do a test amount with a very small amount, right? You'll send a fraction of a Bitcoin, or if you've got a really cheap coin like, Digi Byte, not very expensive, or Zaliqua, right? It's not very expensive. You might send 10 or whatever. There might be a minimum that you have to send if you're on an exchange or whatever. But if it's just from one wallet to another, you can send like 1 if you want, right? You send a very, 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 very tiny amount to make sure it gets there, like you've done everything right. Number one didn't do that. Big mistake. So, and it's funny, I'm asking him like, how much did you send for the test send? What do you mean a test send? Well, yeah, you never send all the cryptocurrencies. You never send the full amount, you always do a test send. And this guy just looks over at his IT guy like, oh, that guy did something bad. So I make a note. I actually write it down in front of them with a red pen, because they get a little upset if you write things in a red pen in Japan, because it means that you made a mistake. So I'm doing it just to be funny. Okay, boom, you didn't do a test send. And then now I get to get into their system and see their wallet, and they sent it. And you can see the transaction. So I look at it and I realize the guy copied, usually with a wallet you can, there's a button somewhere, you touch it and it'll copy your address to the clipboard, right? Or you can scan a QR code. Well, the IT guy, being an IT guy, these nerdy guys, right? He copied it himself and pasted it. And when he copied it and pasted it, guess what? He forgot to copy the last letter on that long, what is it, a 40 digit alphanumerical address, right? I think it's 40 digits, most of them. Forgot the last one. So, and I knew this right away, because when I look at the addresses, I look at the first 5 alphanumeric digits and the last 5, because if you got the first 5 and the last 5 correct, pretty much you got everything in the middle. There's no reason to go through all 40, right? So I realized right away. I said, hey, you sent this to the wrong address. Huh? What do you mean? No, I didn't. I said, well, did you hit this button right here to copy to the clipboard? No, I used the mouse. No, I used the mouse. Why would you use the mouse? Well, it's just as easy to copy and paste. I said, is it really? I said, you ever copy and paste something and forget a letter or have it not work right? No. I said, man, you did that here. So I showed him, because there was it was pasted in, you know, that he had that. So I said, well, you missed the last digit. It was an L or a Q. I forget now offhand. He said, man, you forgot that one digit. So now the boss is pretty upset with his IT guy. And he says, well, how do we get the thing back? And I said, and I look, and I've already seen the situation. I've already seen the transaction. This guy sent 1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin got lost in cyberspace. Why? Because he didn't have the address correct. And the guy says, well, how do I get it back? I said, you don't get it back. What do you mean I don't get it back? And I said, well, didn't your IT guy tell you that, you know, you've got to have the address exact, you know. I said, imagine this address, the receiving address is like the address at your house. You know, you've got a certain address on your mailbox, and that's how the mailman knows to put the mail in your box. And let's say you've got 10 boxes along the street. You got 10 houses, and everyone has their own address. You know, this is like 43 Elmwood Street, and it's 45 Elmwood Street, you know, 47 Elmwood Street. And then across the street is 44, 42. And I said, and if there's something missing, you know, if it just says 4 Elmwood Street, the mailman can look at that and go, there's no 4 Elmwood Street. It's got to start from a 40. Oh, here's the name. He can guess and know whose mailbox to put it in. Cryptocurrencies, you have one address off, it doesn't go anywhere. It's lost in cyberspace. There's no way to get it. So, long story short, this guy's pretty upset. And at that time, 1 Bitcoin was, I think it was around $8,000. Around $8,000. So anyway, I said to the guy, isn't it funny? You didn't want to pay me $1,000 for 4 hours of my time. Absolutely, I would have told you these things that I just wrote down on a red pen that your guy did wrong. Absolutely, I would have told you these things and many other things, even more important than this thing. And you just lost 8. So you didn't want to spend 1,000, and because you didn't spend that 1,000, now you lost 8,000. That's not a very good business decision. So in the end, I went back and helped this guy in the future, and he no longer had his IT guy do jack squat for him, because I don't know what was going on with that IT guy, you know. But that's the thing. You have these people who are in positions and they know their area, but they don't know cryptos. They don't know cryptos. You know, being good at IT or using computers a lot does not mean you'll be okay with cryptos. And I actually know somebody who's like a genius, a total frickin' genius with computers. I will not say the person's name, but I know this person lost a boatload of Litecoin for one of the same reasons. Did the wrong thing, missed a letter, boom, 1,000 Litecoin lost in cyberspace. So, you know, common sense, you know, does not always rule the day, and you can be an expert and still mess things up. So anyway, that's all I got, you guys. I hope it was interesting. You know, Binance, yay, Binance has got Digi Byte. That's awesome. What else we got here? PayPal and Venmo. Possibly we'll be able to get Bitcoin and other cryptos through those payment gateway platforms. And then what was the other one? LibertyX. The LibertyX mobile app may allow people at what was it, CVS Pharmacy, Rite Aid, and 7-Eleven to buy Bitcoin up to $500. That's pretty awesome, huh? That's going to really help adoption, which we need for this space. And let's see the crypto prices. I told you guys, the ones where I said it needs to go there, it needs to go there. More than likely the prices will go there, okay? Just look at it that way. Okay, guys, you take care, and I will see you in the next video.